Well, good evening and welcome to the Friday Night Blitz postgame show. Ray Halbrook here from live stream STL Media, and boy, oh boy, what a week 9 did we have. Sorry, we're getting started a little bit late here, and we're going to hope to have some coaches on here a little later here, but we wanted to jump on here and give you the week 9 results here real fast. And before we do, I got to take a breath for a quick second. We wanted to kind of show off a little bit of the new studio, the new office studio at home here. So we're definitely doing a little bit more of things, which has been awesome. But what's been really, really cool, I should show this one better. So, because it shows our little broadcast in progress sign here, things like that, all the fun things that we do here at Livestream STL. But again, thanks for being with us, and we are going to jump on here without further ado with some of our scores, and they are as follows. Let me double check this real quick. Yes, here we go. The glass is on Thursday night. Grandview takes care of Crystal City 42-12 on Livestream STL. Our DeSoto Herculaneum Livestream STL game of the week here, 35-26. DeSoto comes kind of back from behind, so to speak. Second half, just kind of dominated that second half. Good for the DeSoto Dragons there for a 35-26 win on Livestream STL. Oakville defeats Northwest 10-7, really slow, low-scoring game there, and that was on our live stream STL2 game of the week. Jackson 62, Festus 21 on live stream STL3. That I knew was going to be kind of a tough one for the Festus Tigers. St. Vincent 41, Jefferson 8, Poplar Bluff 30, Hillsboro 21, Fox 26, Ladue 20. That's kind of an upset special there. Seckman 56, Webster Groves 23, Valley Catholic 14, St. Pius 7, Eureka 49, Pattonville 25, Windsor 46, Bayless 6, and then tomorrow we'll have Cuba at Perryville, and I'm going to jump right away on here with Coach Russ Schmidt is on the line. He's on the bus, I'm sure. Coach, how you doing, sir?
Good. How are you?
Hey, big come from behind win there over the Herculaneum Black Cats. Tell us your thoughts between the first and the second half here, Coach.
Well, we played some young kids tonight, and it was pretty evident in the first half they were a little starstruck with Friday night and the lights and the intensity and the speed of the game. And we got into halftime and had an opportunity to talk with them, make some adjustments. One of the things that I think I've been consistent about is our ability as a staff to make halftime adjustments. And we were able to do so, put our kids in a little bit better position in the second half and kind of mitigate the success they were having offensively.
Oops, I'm sorry. Let me ask that question again because I had my mic muted. So let me ask you real quick between the first and second half here, what was said there at that halftime during the adjustments? I know you probably weren't, doing any kind of panicking at that point, but how do you navigate, your young players through a halftime like that?
Well, just reminding them of what they're coached to do and what we did in practice and preparing for Herculaneum this week. Basically, it's come down to fundamentals. And, it's the old cliche, do what your coaches teach you to do in practice, and you'll have success on Friday night. And, a lot of it was just calming the nerves down and just getting the kids to settle down a little bit and realize the big task at hand. And I thought they did that in the second half.
I completely agree with you on that, Coach. And I knew that there were going to be a ton of adjustments and a ton of just things to point out there. You start out the second half kicking off, and Herculaneum kind of asleep at the wheel there a little bit, but you pick up the the kickoff return, so to speak. You kind of returned it to yourself and was able to just kind of take control of that second half.
Well, that
Your
was
thought?
something we saw. We saw that. We identified that. That was one of those halftime things. We identified that in the first half, and we told the kids coming out, we got to kick off. We're going to do this. This is how we're going to manage it. And when we get that opportunity to recover the ball, we need to make sure we're yelling green ball, make sure the officials understand it's our ball. And the kids went out and executed.
Excellent. Coach, do you know where you're at right now next week?
Well, I mean, you can sit here and speculate. The bottom line is, it looks like we're going to be hosting North County next week.
Okay.
I know Perryville still has to play tomorrow, but we will overtake them because we beat them head to head. So that seems to be the likelihood for us, unless crazier things happen between now and the end of the game tomorrow night.
All right. Well, good luck to you, and congrats on the win tonight.
Thanks for your coverage, Ray.
Appreciate it. Coach Russ Schmidt there from the DeSoto Dragons on the bus. And if you're on the bus, I know exactly how many coaches are on the bus right now. So give me a call. You can call in right here, and we'll get you on here. But and I know we had some Thursday night games too. Heck of a game last night between Grandview and Crystal City. Grandview, big win there, 42-12. But to me, the score a little bit deceiving, because we had a quarterback go out there for Crystal City there. I think that would have completely changed the game, but big win for Grandview, and they finished their regular season on a winning note and with a winning record, which hasn't happened in a little while. So let's go through the games, or these scores one more time. And before I do that, that's what I need to do. I need to do that right there. Grandview 42, Crystal City 12. We just talked about that game. 35-26, DeSoto over Herculaneum. Oakville 10, Northwest 7. Jackson 62, Festus 21. St. Vincent 41, Jefferson 8. Poplar Bluff 30. Hillsboro 21. Fox 26. Ladue 20. Sackman 56, Webster Groves 23. I'm awaiting my coach Nick Bear interview, by the way, so I'm hoping he's listening here. Valley Catholic 14, St. Pius X 7. Believe it or not, that game was a 7-0 game. St. Pius was ahead for quite a bit of the first half, and Valley Catholic pulled out the come from behind win there. Eureka 49, Pattonville 25, Windsor 46, Bayless 6, and then we have Cuba and Perryville tomorrow, and we'll come right back here again. Again, thank you so much for being on the Facebook waves. I'm actually going to jump in here. We've got a lot of great feedback the last couple of days especially. And I want to do just a ton of thank yous. Had a lot of thank yous for us being out at the games last night out at Grandview. A lot of Grandview fans that were really happy. And I know it seems like, I'm sure for Crystal City, Grandview, that we kind of overlook some of those games. That's not necessarily the case. It's just kind of how the schedule falls for some of the weeks or some of the years, that depending on how the schedules come out, the ADs do the best job that they can to try to schedule these as evenly as possible. But sometimes there's some years that you have, like, I'll just point out Jefferson this year. They had like 3 games in a row at home, and you just don't get that all the time. So one year you're getting three games at home right away, and then sometimes you get 4 games away right in a row. So it's a crazy job. I wouldn't want that job as an AD. So kudos to all those ADs out there in the Jefferson County area and abroad, all over the state here. But we wanted to also just point out, we've got a ton of fans that support us week in and week out, and we appreciate that big time. There's a lot of coaches that really appreciate what we do, and we appreciate the coaches, supporting us as well. They don't have to do that. They don't do that with the radio station per se, or the paper per se, but they do with us, and we don't take that lightly. So we're really grateful for being able to be an outlet and be shining those lights out there for all of the local kids and the local schools as well. Just wanted to say thank you for that. And we've had a lot of fans come up to us, during the games today. Tonight we were out at I was out at Herculaneum, but we were also over at Northwest. Had folks asking us right off the bat, "Hey, you're going to be over there? We want to come by and say hey." And man, I appreciate that big time. So that's awesome. So yeah, again, we're waiting on a couple of coaches maybe to jump on here. With it being week 9, I kind of understand, certain games have higher meanings than others. And, so if you're a coach and you wanted to jump on, hey, the line's open. I sent out the link so everybody could check that out. And as we sit here for a quick second, I will check to make sure out that everything's still live as well. So, and we are, which is great. So give us your thoughts on some of the games coming up here. In fact, I'm jumping over here on the DeSoto Football Parent Club. Thank you for the parents clubs that they put their Facebook page together, and they're hugely involved with with the football season all year long. So there's a ton of them out there. I mean, I think there's a parent club for just about every single school in the county here. So kudos to all those parents. What a great game to watch. Well played by both teams. Way to go, Dragons. And DeSoto did have a great come from behind game there. Got it. Another thanks for all you do. And we appreciate that. Let's talk about something that is kind of controversial real quick here while we're sitting here, the power rankings. So a lot of folks have taken a look at the power rankings that we do each week. We've done it for the first time this year ever. And, in years past, we have always been kind of reluctant to do that. And this year I just said, you know what, I'm just going to do it. And, it's going to be my thing. And no other announcer, no other producer, no other person from the outside of Ray Halbrook has any kind of weight on that. We talk about games and things like that, obviously, throughout the week. But when I put this together, I just kind of put this together myself, so it's just my thoughts. I know there are a lot of parents, there are a lot of coaches, there are a lot of players, there are a lot of fans that, have a controversial disagreement on some of the things, and that's okay. The awesome part about this whole thing is at least we have an outlet to pull this on with. And, I'm grateful for that. And we're grateful to be able to have this week in and week out and be able to do what we do. And we hope that it is that's a good thing for all of our schools and all of our coaches and things like that. But, parents get a little little overbearing with them sometimes. And I get that. I was a coach, was a parent for kids that played hockey, played baseball, played a bunch of different sports. And so I understand that whole thing. And when you get into something like this and you start seeing, something that might not necessarily line up with you, think about what you're going to say before you say that. And the reason why I say that is because we live in a day and age now where we're just flippant with our ideas, and we're just flippant with our thoughts and our opinions. And I feel like it is important for everyone to have a little say. I never ever will respond to anybody's disagreement on that. You can disagree. That's great. But when the rubber meets the road at this whole thing, it's just great that we have this platform to do this with first. And so be grateful that we have that because, 15, 20 years ago, things were quite different. And that's part of the reason why we started Livestream STL 7 and 8 years ago. It was a big deal when years ago we had JCTV, and JCTV is still around. They don't have the sports like they used to, but now we have that. And, we've kind of patterned ourselves a little bit after that. And I feel like it's important to realize that what we've got here is a gift, but also what we have here is a tool that will, we hope, allows this county to grow, and allows the county to have a platform, have an outlet to highlight the kids and highlight our schools and highlight what's going on in the county. Because here's the deal. I've looked at other counties and other areas, and they've got great coverage, not just good, but great coverage. And why do they have it? They have it because number one, they support their local areas. And I'm not saying that we don't, but what I'm saying also is this. I'm saying that no matter what goes on and no matter what your opinion is, at the end of the day, we all want to win. And I feel like that's what we want to, we want to build here in Jefferson County. And we want this to be something that, not only the superintendents, the ADs, the coaches, players, parents, everybody from top to bottom wants to win with this. And when, when you come in a situation and maybe you disagree, that's fine. But, just agree to disagree and leave it at that. Tons of folks, today, and I'm not harping by any means, but man, at the end of the day, again, it's one of those things where it's just like, what are we here for? We're here for the kids. And that's the bottom line. We always are here for the kids, and we'll always be like that from Livestream STL and the other outlets that we hope to have down the road as well. So I will leave it at that. It is 10:27. No more coaches have jumped in here real quick, but, and obviously, oh, okay. We've got some other things going on. I'm going to give it one more shot here in just a second here of the final scores, and we'll post them on our Facebook page and all of the socials as well. By the way, not sure if there's a ton of folks that actually watch our pre-games, but man, our pre-games lately, the last few weeks, we have really just kind of let some of our announcers and our interns go to town with the socials, and we hope that you enjoy that, and we hope that you appreciate that. But if you get a chance, when we go to post these games, I'll post these games here a little bit later tonight. I hope we'll get it done before the stroke of midnight, which will be great. But the pre-games, we put a ton of time and effort into those. So if you haven't had a chance to check it out, please do so, because there's a ton of information. There's a ton of things that we do, homework wise, and put a ton of pre-production into that. So, and we do that for you guys. So we want that to be something that you enjoy, and that you actually have a respect and just, want to support. So final look at our week 9 results. Again, here we go. Grandview 42, Crystal City 12 on Livestream STL Thursday night. Friday Night Blitz on a Thursday. Love that. DeSoto 35, Herculaneum 26 on Livestream STL tonight. Oakville 10, Northwest 7 on Livestream STL 2. Jackson 62, Festus 21 on Livestream STL 3. All of our other games here: St. Vincent 41, Jefferson 8, Poplar Bluff 30, Hillsboro 21, Fox 26, Ladue 20, Seckman 56, Webster Groves 23, Valley Catholic 14, St. Pius X 7, Eureka 49, Pattonville 25, Windsor 46, Bayless 6. And tomorrow we have Cuba at Perryville, and that should be a fun one there as well. Getting back here, and we're going to just go ahead and close it down early because I want to get the games out tonight in its entirety on video on demand. If you haven't checked out our Facebook page for our schedules, we have the schedules that come out Sunday night, Mondays, and so you'll be able to check that out. And don't forget to check out, let me throw it up here real quick, our website, livestreamstl.tv. If you haven't checked out the games on there, we have video on demand. We'll have all of the games tonight on video on demand, hopefully if I don't fall asleep. And also over on our Roku TV app. So yes, we have a TV channel. And if you haven't had a chance to download that, very easy. If you got a Roku TV or Roku stick, just search Livestream STL, download that. And it looks just like the website. You'll be able to go through, rewatch games from as far back as last year. We've got almost a year under our belt with the new website and Roku channel. So there's that. Folks, we appreciate you being with us, and we're just going to cut it short tonight there. So thanks again for being with us here on the Friday Night Blitz postgame show. Check out Upon Further Review Monday night. I'll come up with the time. It'll probably be 6 or 7 p.m., and we will see you down the road here. Thanks again for watching the Friday Night Blitz postgame show on Livestream STL. Thanks for watching today's broadcast. Any unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Livestream STL is strictly prohibited.